Hello everybody, so this is my first month out update. Sorry I'm late, but better late than never. First of all, I just want to sum some things up so you understand why I went ahead and got this procedure done and how I'm doing thus far. So, first of all, my whole life I've always been a plus size female woman, and I had health issues on and on, but not like anything major. Um, and sometimes you feel like, oh, I'm a big girl, but I'm healthy. We all have said that. But at the end of the day, sometimes things creep up on you. You feel like, oh, it's not going to happen to me. It'll happen to everybody else, but it's not going to happen to me. And for me, it happened to me. And basically, for years I was walking around and I was being misdiagnosed, being told that I had a hernia or some type of growth. Now, this issue that I was having was very painful, and I would feel it like stabbing through my rib cage, and it would literally take my breath away. So tying my shoes, bending over, all types of activities like that would just take my breath away. And it was very irritating and aggravating, but it was something that I had to deal with. They constantly misdiagnosed me, and over time certain things just started happening more and more. I began to have other symptoms of different things. I became diabetic. I didn't have high cholesterol or high blood pressure or anything like that, but when I started going to Georgetown Hospital underneath a MedStar for my care, they did more procedures to find out what could possibly be the issue that I'm dealing with and what was happening. So after having so many different types of x-rays, sonograms, you name it, I went through it. They finally narrowed it down to what the main issue probably was. And when they saw my liver, they knew right away what the issue was. So I found out that I had fatty liver disease. And fatty liver disease is something that you can inherit. You can get it from being overweight, and you can get it from excess drinking, meaning like alcoholism. If you're drinking too much, it's just easy for anybody to catch it. You do not have to be a plus size person to get it. You could be overweight but be small and get it. So that was the crazy part to me, because during that time I was smaller than what I am now, and I started gaining weight like dramatically, and it was crazy. I know, like at one point I had gained at least 30 pounds in like 2 months, and I was like, what is going on here? So I researched it, and I found out that a lot of symptoms that I was having was because I was dealing with fatty liver disease, and mine was a pretty bad case. So I have been going through issues with my memory, my vision, my muscles, and my bones have been depleted. Where I'm not gonna say completely depleted, but where my legs were firm, my muscles were obsolete basically. My legs would give out on me. It was times where I couldn't lift my arms, and I had problems lifting my arms, my shoulders, doing different things. So being able to work out became out of the question. So within a year I picked up about 60 pounds, and I was devastated because for two and a half years I had worked my butt off, lost almost 100 pounds, and then this weight started coming back, and I'm like, what is going on here? So my doctor recommended me to have the weight loss surgery. The weight loss surgery will help stabilize my diabetes and any other issues that would come about. It will kind of help make it not as drastic. Also, one of the things that they treat fatty liver disease when they think that you have it because of obesity is weight loss surgery. So they said that if I had this procedure done, that it would help me lose weight, and then my liver would start to shrink. So the crazy part is your regular liver is probably about, like, your liver in your hand, in your stomach is about the size of your hand. Mine is a little bit bigger than that, and is surrounded by fat. And because it's clouded by fat and the fat cells have attacked it, it causes your liver not to produce and function correctly. And you forget how important your liver is until it starts failing, and then you're like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? So wheels turn forward, I decided to go through with the sleeve, the gastric sleeve, which is the vertical sleeve, gastrectomy. How you say it? Gastrectomy. I say it wrong all the time. But I decided to go with the sleeve, not the lap band or the gastric bypass. I was a little afraid to do the gastric bypass because I heard it was more invasive. And I just didn't choose that one. Plus, I was scared I would look like a bobblehead. And right now, I kind of look like, I don't feel like I look like a bobblehead, but my head is little. And my body is still, you know, kind of big. But I'm dealing with it. And my body will catch up with my head, so I'm not tripping. So, now that I summed all of that up, I'm just going to tell you when I had my surgery, the process and everything. Oh, I'm going to tell you the process when I had surgery and how things have been. So it takes about 6 months to go through the process. You're going to see different doctors, have different procedures done. You have to go see a nutritionist, your physician. It's a lot of different tests you have to get done, and you have to go to a counselor, a psychiatrist, all of that, to make sure that you are prepared and ready for this life change, because that's exactly what it is. It's definitely a life change. So after I completed that, my doctor submitted my paperwork, and within a week I was approved, and I was able to set up my date. So my date was July 20th, 2016, and my birthday was 3 days later. So I was on bed rest during my birthday. But when I went in, when I first started going to have my appointments, I was 353. My highest weight was around 365 to probably 375, I want to say. And I'm very, very solid, so a lot of people couldn't tell. When I went in for surgery, I was 343, so I had lost about 10 pounds. Turn the wheels forward to today, which is September 2nd. So I'm a little behind because it's supposed to be my month out, but this is going to be my month to 6 week update because I'm basically 6 weeks out. But I'm now down 30 pounds, so I am 313. I gained some weight, and that's because when you are on the liquid diet, you lose and you lose and you lose and you lose it. Then you go back to solid foods, and the process slows down a little bit, and then you start to build your muscles. So I'm excited because I'm losing weight, I'm losing inches, even though I don't see the scale moving as much. I'm losing inches and I'm losing fat and building muscle. So it's great to know that my body is starting to produce muscle again, and that's just an amazing feeling. I had my surgery at Washington Hospital Center, and my surgeon was Dr. Zubowitz, and she was pretty cool. She's pretty cool. And I only stayed there for 2 days. I went in for surgery at 5:30 a.m. on the 20th, and I was out of surgery probably by 11, might be 10:30, 11 o'clock. And then I went into recovery and everything like that, and I was there for a while, and I finally got into my room probably around 1, 2 o'clock. When you first get there, they let you know that you are required to do certain things before they will release you. And I wasn't for it because I'm like, y'all just cut me open. I'm not allowed to do all of that. Nah. Okay, I'm going to chill right here. Keep giving me the medicine because this hurts. It felt like bricks was just sitting on my chest and like somebody had just cut me open and did whatever. I might be over dramatic, but that's how I felt. Okay. And because they don't want you to become needy or dependent on them, they make you do everything yourself. So you have to pull yourself up out the bed. You have to make yourself go to the bathroom. You will need help, but they push you to do everything yourself. So the cool part about my stay was that I ended up in the VIP suite. So I had a little kitchen. I had a long closet, like my whole family could stay there, literally. I had a reclining chair that vibrated, heated, and massaged, and reclined. I had a sofa that pulled out into a bed. I had two chairs that was like for a meeting area. Had a desk with a chair, coffee table, and enough pillows and comforters for anybody that wanted to stay. My stomach is growling. My bad, you guys. So that was awesome. And the bathroom was big enough to be able to be like a master bathroom. It was really, really big and really, really nice. So I absolutely had an awesome stay. Also, the foyer had chandeliers everywhere. So when I came in there, I'm high as a kite from off the medicine. And my mom and my sister was like, "Oh my goodness, Noe'l, you got a nice suite. You got a nice suite." So I'm like, okay. So they was like, open your eyes, open your eyes. I opened my eyes, so I was like, ugh. I reached the top, you know. I was so excited because I don't like sharing rooms with people. They got germs. I did not want to share a room with anybody. So I prayed so hard. So I did not have to share a room with anybody because that was not about to happen at all. But the next day, they told me I had to get up and walk and everything like that. Oh, let me go back. Probably around 6 or 7 p.m. I had to go to the bathroom really, really, really bad. So I went to the bathroom, and while I was using the bathroom, I started feeling like I had to throw up. So for me, when I'm about to throw up, I started to get a lot of saliva and it started to taste funny. So this saliva tasted bloody. I was like, eh. And so I couldn't find the cord to put on because my sister went back to sit down because I told her I'm going to sit here for a minute. You know, because somehow I just really thought I was going to be able to, you know, pass some bowels or whatever. And that wasn't the case. But I told her to go ahead and sit down, and the nurse had went out for a second. So I tried to find a string, and I was trying to tell my sister to come in. I didn't want to talk too much because I felt like it was just going to come up. So I banged on the door and banged on the door. And my sister ran in. I was like, I'm about to throw up. I'm about to throw up. So she hands me the trash can. And you guys, this black, bloody stuff just was like, and I'm like, but I'm high. So I'm not even like, I'm looking at it scared, but I'm not super scared. Meanwhile, my sister is like, oh my God, what the fuck is that? She going, ham, y'all. Nurse, y'all didn't get my sister. And I was just looking at her like, are you okay? You know, I'm the one that's in there, but my sister was the one that was really panicking. I thought that was funny, so that's why I wanted to tell y'all about that. But the nurse came in and she said it was perfectly normal. I guess it's from the dyes or the stapling or whatever, just to make sure that nothing is leaking. And then sometimes if they're stapling, blood is going to get into your stomach, and I guess the blood and the ink didn't mix, and voila, it wanted to come up. However, the great part is that was the first and the last time that I have thrown up through this process. To God be the glory. Because dumping syndrome was not going to be my friend, okay? That stuff hurt so bad when I threw up in the hospital. I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. I said, God, I will do whatever you tell me to do. Just make sure I don't have dumping syndrome. And dumping syndrome is basically when you if you eat too much or you do too much, your stomach will basically regurgitate it back up. So basically, I'm trying to find an example of my situation. So it's probably going to be a dramatic example, but let's say this is your stomach, okay? So my stomach was basically this big. My stomach is now about this size. So my stomach can hold like 4 ounces. Can't hold that no more. So if you eat like you still have this versus this, you're going to throw up. You're going to have dumping syndrome and you're going to feel horrible. When I say horrible, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, okay? It's not nice. It's not nice at all. But anywho, so they made me walk the whole next day, and that's a part of my my first video that you see me, and I was still high, so that's why I look like a cone head and look crazy as ever. But the wing that I was on was, like I said, VIP, so it wasn't a lot of people in that wing. You had to have like several clearances to be able to even be in there. So it's very quiet, and I didn't feel uncomfortable or anything like that. So that was awesome as well. And the nurses were amazing. They attended to me nonstop, and then a couple of them the next day came back and said, I just want to check on you because they didn't sign me to you today, and I was upset, but still wanted to check up on you. And I was just very happy that they wanted to still check up on me, and that I was a nice enough patient that they cared. So I ended up being released probably around 7 p.m. on the 21st. And from there, I started my recovery. I did not go anywhere. I stayed in this room for weeks. I thought I was going to lose my mind, you guys. And when you first come out of surgery, you can't really eat much. To be honest, you don't want to eat. You have no appetite whatsoever. But I want to quickly talk about some things that people don't talk about after surgery. I don't know if this happened to them, but it happened to me. And it disgusted me, okay? So first things first. Don't think you're going to the bathroom and do number 2, okay? You will not do number 2 for days. It took me, I had surgery on a Wednesday. It took me until Saturday or Sunday to be able to do number 2. Now mind you, I'm regular. I used to go every time I ate. I don't understand how people can go days at a time without boo-booing. I can't do it, okay? So this process here for me has been an experience because I'm used to pooping. And when you used to pooping, you love to poop, okay? Get all that crap out quickly, okay? If you used to pooping, get it out your brain because it ain't happening no more, okay? So it took quite a bit of days for me to be able to do number 2. Second thing, they don't tell you because they pump you with so many different medicines and different things that your taste buds is completely out of whack, and then you smell. Okay, ladies, I ain't talking about, like you smell like fish smell. I'm talking about like I'm homeless and they just threw garbage on me, or I just jumped in the garbage and just went ham. I smelled like hell. That's the best way I can put it. I smell horrible. I scrub my body. As soon as they say I can take a shower, I scrub my body, and I scrub my body, and I scrub my body. And I cried to my mother, and I was like, Mommy, I still stink. I still smell. I was like, I cannot do this. What is this? I was like, call the doctor. Maybe something is wrong with something up in there ain't right. Because we done put soap and water all over my body. My mother literally helped me scrub my body because I couldn't, do all of it myself. I still smelt it. Your breath starts to stink. And y'all know I can't stand nobody with no stinky breath. Like, get out my face. I wanted to get out my own face, y'all. My breath was kicking. I was trying to brush my teeth all the time. I was just, oh. So, if you see me and I'm throwing something in my mouth, it's because we don't eat a lot. We can't have a lot of carbs. So, you wouldn't believe that carbs will probably cut down on your breath smelling. But when you basically only eat protein and vegetables most of the time, your breath be kicking. Then you can't have sugar, so everything is a substitute or whatever. So it's a lot. You have to have next. What's another thing I want to talk about? Oh, whew, you guys. I had dry skin before surgery. I have alligator skin now. Okay, forget eczema. I can put on a whole jar of all-purpose gel or Nivea, and like a couple of hours later, it looked like I got skeletons. Like, I mean, like, you know, like I'm about to peel or something, like I'm a snake or alligator. I'm like, why they didn't tell me that I'm gonna need some medical grade lotion after surgery? This is crazy. So that's another major issue. Fourth, your hair will fall out. Let me say this again, okay? You see my pony? Your hair will fall out. And that's because your body's going through a change, and then if you don't have enough protein in, your hair's gonna fall out more and more and more and more. So those are the 4 things that have drove me crazy since I had surgery, besides having to be in the bed all the time. Even though I wanted to get up and do stuff, I mean, y'all, I begged to go out, okay? And so I'm gonna say probably at my 2-week mark, I'm like, I'm good. I kept telling my family, I'm good. Can I please go see Jason Bourne? I mean, I was begging, y'all. I was begging. So my mom, my sister, and my Aunt Peaches, we all went to see Jason Bourne. Let's just say by the time we got out of there and we was trying to eat, it was pouring down raining. I'm out there in the rain, and they mad because they was like, we should have kept your butt in the house. And at this point, I'm trying to hide that I'm about to pass out. Let's just put it like this. When you out with your mother, don't lie. Why lie? She can tell when you telling a lie. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there trying to look, you know, kosher, you know. She look at my eyes. She's like, you don't feel good, do you? Your eyes all glassy and da-da-da-da. I'm telling you this to say, do not rush yourself. You need that rest. You need to sit down because your body needs that to become, so it can become strong and work for your good. Even when I went back to church, the first Sunday of singing, y'all, I almost threw up at 7:30 a.m. service. Second service, I had ate probably like 30 minutes to an hour before going back up there to sing. And I was just about to be like, oh my God, I can't do this. I literally almost walked out the pulpit because I did not realize that I used my stomach that much to sing. It was rough. So if you decide that you are going to get the gastric bypass or get a sleeve gastrectomy, or if you're going to get a lap band, take it easy. Because this is your new life. This is a new journey for you. It's not a rat race. Yes, at the beginning the weight is coming off quickly, but you hit stalls, you know, through the months. And right now I'm going through a stall where, well, it kind of broke a little bit. Whereas I went all the way down to 310, and then I'm now at 313. But I had went all the way back up to 318. And so it went back down. And it's starting to go back down. But I'm telling you, don't get discouraged. I get discouraged, and I have to pray my way out of it. Because when you get discouraged, that's when that emotional eating wants to come back and then play tricks on your mind. And you be sitting there like, Let me go eat this. Let me eat that. I need this. I need that. And you're just trying to deal with certain things. And mind you, while I'm going through my recovery, the day that I was being released, my parents got in a car accident. So my parents got in a car accident. Now let me also tell you this. This is how crazy life has been since I had surgery. My the July 18th, they gave me my IVC filters to catch my blood clots and whatever else, okay? I had my major surgery on the 20th. This past Monday, which I don't remember the date of it is, what day was that? I don't know. I think it was the 29th, that's what the day it is. Monday the 29th. I went in to get my IVC filter removed. Before I can go in, you know how they have to come in there and let you know, let your family see you before you go under the knife? Well, they came back to tell me my mother was in the ER. So guess what? I blew a gasket. I'm hysterical at this point. I'm crying. I'm going ham. I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? Every time I go in the night, something happens to my mom. Like, I can't deal. So I'm hysterical. Made my ratings and everything shoot through the roof. And so they had to calm me down. I come out of surgery. I'm in recovery. They wouldn't let me. Normally when you go into recovery, they try to push you to wake up so they can get you out of there. They was letting me chill. So I should have knew something was up. And then they kept saying, well, I need to contact so-and-so. And I'm trying to transfer this call. And I'm trying to do this, that, and the other. So I'm going in and out and I'm hearing stuff. And so I'm like, I want my mother. You know what I'm saying? And the lady was like, well, we can't let your family back here until we move you to the next recovery room. Dang, what happened on my first or second surgery? So what you mean? So next thing you know, they put me in a chair because they about to transport me to the second recovery. But before that, they had me in this little hospital cell phone. I'm on the phone with my sister. And my sister like, hey baby, how are you? You okay? I'm like, I'm okay. Where Ma at? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Ma okay? And so she like, oh, you know something wrong with Ma? Yeah. She was like, they weren't supposed to tell you. Well, they did. Where my mother at? At this point, I'm hysterical again. I'm crying again. They done admitted my mother to the hospital, y'all. I'm like, when is this going to end? When is this going to end? So, like, through this whole process, you have to stay calm. You have to heal because stuff come up. And you have to know how to deal with it. And I swear, if it wasn't for my relationship with God, I don't know where I would be at. But I just want to say that be careful who you have surrounding you when you have this procedure. Because some people are going to like you. Some people are going to hate you. Some people are going to say negative things to you because they're jealous. Or they don't want to see you get healthier. Or they don't want to see you look better. But I have to say that from my personal life, my family, my church family, my friends, my co-workers, I have the most amazing support system anybody going through this situation could ever have. And I just thank God for the union that He has around me. And I can't wait for you all to experience this journey with me, and I hope you tune into it. I know this video is long, but I promise the rest I won't be. But yeah, I'm down over 30 pounds, y'all, and I'm excited. And I want y'all to be excited with me because I'm going to be a healthier me so I can continue to be a healthier friend, daughter, whatever to you guys. So this is my month to 6 week update after having a gastric sleeve. And yeah, I'm excited that I did this, and I can't wait to see what God has in store for me. So I will check back in with you guys towards the end of September to let you know how my progress is and what's going on now. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.